one thing that's inevitable is death. So there has to be some type of answer I'll get when you eventually die and see what happens. That's nobody has come back from the dead, so we have no idea.
It must be good. They're not coming back.
Like you said, it's gonna spoil the whole thing if we knew.
Exactly. And that's the theory, is that this is a movie we pay to watch. Whatever it is, we were chosen to watch, we're taken, whatever, we could have been forced, whatever it is. Whatever fits the narrative for you. But by not knowing you're watching the movie, you think then you're the character. And you've made all the decisions.
Not knowing you are part of the movie.
You're just sitting now. That's the thing.
This is a very interesting topic. I gotta really yeah, man. And at the end of the day, and then you look, your baby that is just born, the 4-year-old one. You can just remember the other day when he came. Now he's growing so fast.
No, I was just playing with him with a tennis ball yesterday in the street, and that was hitting me. It was like, that's part of me. I didn't have a dad growing up, so it's like, oh my gosh, it's just.
Now you gotta do with him that you didn't have.
Exactly what I didn't have.
Yeah.
So it's just. But still, I always ask those questions. That's how I write those crazy theories. Because since I was 5 years old, I used to ask my dad, "Why are we here? What are we up? What are we up to? Why do we have to go to church? Why do we go to school?" I ask why so much. They're like, "Please stop asking why." And
he didn't even have answers for you.
We could. And so look at the Bible, and you'll find the answers because of God. But just slapping God in there doesn't answer the questions.
Yeah.
It's like, why does it rain? Because of the God rain. That's what they did back in the day. But the deeper meaningful questions that I really seek, it's like, what's the purpose? Why did God build us? And then I question with their own narrative. They say God knows it all. If God knows it all, and God didn't create evil, He knew when He created Lucifer, he was going to become evil. And why did God choose to make him? And if He decided to do that mistake, I can give Him a pass. But when He made human beings, He knew human beings were going to fall in temptation with the tree. So why did He even make that tree in the first place? So it starts to make you question. The Bible might be true, but it might have been manipulated because the narrative doesn't make sense.
You have no idea how many conversations we've had about this.
It doesn't make sense.
Brain mind, smart mind.
It doesn't add up.
Exactly.
So you start
manipulated. You see it might be true, but be manipulated to suit mankind.
To manipulate, to enslave them.
Yes.
In a thought. There might be truth. There might be angelical beings. There might be a loving God. There might be a purpose, a path, whatever. But when you look at the Bible, some things, why did God allow slaves? Slavery was a thing. Why didn't He say this is fucked up?
Exactly.
No, don't do that. There's so many things. And then they say God is a loving God. And I'm like, I am a dad. I would never bar my kids for making a mistake.
Exactly.
For living on planet Earth and experiencing the playground, I would never, in whatever choice they do, I'd be still loving to them. So why is it God so ruthless and not allow people to just bend the rules a little bit and go, hey, I don't even know where I'm from. You haven't even shown yourself. You're like a stepdad.
What are you doing, Victor? You missing this?
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, man, we're having a nice time.
No, you're fine.
What did you just say?
It's hard to comprehend
miss a whole lot.
The concept of God because you have never seen God.
Is this cool?
I think the gods were written by the old Egyptian, like royal.
I didn't know it was cool.
Kingdoms, like when people were writing about like an emperor, that's like the god. You have to bow down to like certain people. So in the Bible, they just created the Bible and then wrote instead of saying that a certain person, like, no, this is God.
So the Hebrew people have been following the Oldest Testament, okay, and they've been doing that for thousands of years, and we have found the Dead Sea Scrolls. They're about 2,000 years old. Those are scrolls that were written about the testaments of the Old and the New Testament. And so that's living proof that there's something old there. But there's some things that they're not the same as the Bible, and they don't talk about it. They won't talk about it. Because there's a narrative in the Bible that needs to stay the way it is. The Catholic Church knows that. And so, but the Hebrew people have been doing the rabbis and everybody else in killing an innocent animal that had nothing to do with anything to symbolize Jesus Christ as God. I don't understand that concept either, because I understand that Jesus is going to die on the cross and stuff like that, but then why is it then an animal? The best one at that, okay? The best, most pure, the best one.
Yeah.
Gets to die at an altar and sacrifice. Why? What did he do? It just shows you that the innocent pays for the dues. It just keeps that mentality that the innocent should pay for the mistakes of others. It's not a good. It takes ownership, responsibility, and accountability. It makes you okay. Oh, I raped a little girl, but hey, society failed me. No,
Yes.
you failed us.
Yeah.
So what happened to that? Like, accountability is just transferred to the offspring rather than to ownership. Like Adam and Eve should have been the ones that paid for it. We should have been born from them and okay in paradise.
Wow.
Not us. We did nothing.
So this plays into Jesus Christ himself too, who
Right.
never committed a sin at all.
Right.
But
So
he died for all.
technically he shouldn't have died because the wages of sin is death. If Jesus hadn't died on the cross, he should have lived forever. That's the concept, right? Because the only reason why you and I die is because we've sinned. We were born in sin, but Jesus Christ was not born in sin. Therefore, he's an infinite being.
So much to process
I know. Trust me.
and conceptualize.
So that's one of the
what
stories.
What did
One
we
of the-
do?
the
What did we
stories.
do? What did we do?
It's one of the stories that explains humankind. Look into other civilizations; they have their own spiritual experiences and their own belief systems, and so it's like that alone. I think that should tell you that maybe the Bible is not the only one. That's the only truth.
The only truth out there.
Maybe there's more out there. Who knows? But I don't know. I have an experience. This is an experience of mine I can give you guys. When I was 14, I came across a thing called astral travel, which is you meditate so you can transcend from your body, so you can expand the astral plane, right? Well, doing that thing, I felt an energy, like the chakras, whatever it is, but I did feel an energy and everything else. I spent an hour and a half meditating, and when I stopped, I was going to church. I asked my pastor, "Hey, what do you think about this? Like, stop doing that. It's demons." Right? You're going to get out of your body, they're going to go into your body. So the way I started learning is that they move a lot into the fear realm, rather to the love realm, which love is acceptance, is purity, is divinity. Fear is construction, it's manipulation. Yes, it's hindering you.
And you can't grow in what? You can't grow in fear.
No, and so they're stopping me from growth. So I decided to take love, and I went in the love move, and I decided to continue doing that. Later on, I was scared and terrified of going to hell. So I prayed, cried. I was like, "Man, sorry, I made a mistake." But as you get older, things change. You become more and more wise. And it's like, a 14-year-old going to church talking to a 40-year-old man, easy to be manipulated. But now I'm 27, it's not so easy. I can ask hard questions. And so when I was 19 years old, I was doing a lot of astral meditation, but I was never able to get out of my body. But one time, I would take a nap in the afternoon, and I was in this place. I was like inside a box, something like that. It's just weird. Things are shaped differently out there, I guess. And I'm driving, and I see a bright light, and then I hear a big boom, and then it's just my heart is just racing. Then I'm floating away from that. I'm like, okay, it's a car accident. And I'm floating, and then boom, I wake up in my bedroom. My heart's racing, but things just don't feel right. When things just felt too real. That dream was like, I felt everything, like I was feeling that. I look around, just kind of scout the room, and I'm like, okay, hold on a second. Everybody's here. Oh no, my older brother's not here. So I text him, "Hey, are you okay?" And he just says, "I'm fine, ... And then 10 minutes later he calls me, "Hey, how did you know?" "I just crashed mom's car." I was like, "Listen, bro, I just had a dream that I was inside the vehicle. Somebody hit the vehicle like in the front, whatever. There was a bright light or something like that." He's like, "Yeah, that's exactly it. The sun was in my face, and I couldn't see the stop sign, so I went forward and I hit the guy." It is.
Yeah.
It is. And there's no reason for me to lie because that's
No,
exactly what
I
happened.
believe you.
And he is like, "Dude, that's so weird."
I've heard something like this before. I believe
so
you.
weird. Yeah. So it's like, after that, I told him, "Listen, I felt my heart racing." He's like, "Yeah, that's how I felt. Like I just felt like my heart was gonna pop out of my mouth." I'm like, I was there with
Astral meditation.
you. I was there with you. Astral travel.
Not meditation, travel.
Yeah, it's through meditation. You have to channel your mind or whatever, the consciousness. And ever since then, I meditated and I've been out of my body twice. But I live in a lot of the fear because I was taught anything you do outside the Bible, you go to hell. So the first time, guys, I was able to see my body from a different plane when you're floating, it freaked me out. Okay, you see yourself in the mirror, it's not seeing yourself. It's a reverse image. When you're out of your body and you see yourself laying down in bed, nothing ever will be the same for you. That's why I'm just crazy out there with thoughts, because I realized one thing. I'm not my body. It was validation that there's more than just this flesh. And I sought this answer for a long time.
Wow.
So I know for a fact that there's something else after this. For a fact. I've seen it with my own eyes. And seeing is believing. No doubt about it. So after I saw my body, you in the conscious realm, you move through thought. So whatever you think, whatever country you want to be, whatever planet you want to be, you can go to. It's thought. It's just thoughts. But when you come out and you see your body and you're freaking out and you're looking at yourself, it looks like you're dead. It feels cold. It just looks like you're dead. You don't feel the warmth. It's just like you're in the water. It's so weird. But I was shot back to my body, just like I was just like slingshot towards it. Such a weird experience, guys. But that's just my personal.
What year was this?
2013 or 14. I was with my wife living in her parents' house. Never forget that. Never forget. Changed my life forever. You know, so it made me get the tattoo of the third eye, because I know that there is a mind's eye. That's for sure. So, and the Bible is funny, because when I started going to the spirituality world, they talk about how there's a silver cord connected to you, and it's true. There's like something connected from your being to your mind, like it's a line, it's like a white energy, and the Bible has a verse that says, when you are in troubles, I can show it to you, it's crazy creep. It makes no sense. Nothing, just no contest, nothing. It says when you travel, when you're out there, make sure nobody breaks the vase of life or something like this, or cuts the silver line. Which is exactly how it's described, is that you're connected to your body, whether you're leaving in mind, you can, that's connected to you. And it's in the Bible. So maybe that's why the Bible has some truth there. But they are trying to hide the true knowledge to us.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
Is
they're...
it Ecclesiastes 12:6?
What does it say? I don't know the number.
Remember him before the silver cord is severed and the golden bowl is broken, before the pitcher is shattered at the spring and the wheel broken at the well. That one?
Read it again, the very top. The very line.
Remember him before the silver cord is severed.
That's exactly what I saw.
So,
The silver
wow.
cord is severed.
What version is that? Because some of the
They
versions.
changed the wording and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Is that King James or?
James says, or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be
So
broken.
what I realize is that this body is only alive because my spirit or consciousness is connected to it through that. That's what gives power, the breath, or whatever the Bible talks about.
Wow, that's
when you die,
highly
that's
psychological.
when it's severe. That's when it's cut. Let's see the Bible. So the Bible has some truth there, because I've seen with my own eyes. It's weird. It's really weird. I have no answers. I look for experience.
It's amazing. You have these thoughts,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of people don't even know that you have.
Yeah. I
Wow.
guess. I'm pretty sure you also have some quiz stuff.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
I have my own experience.
Yeah. Especially because, the more you struggle in life, the more suffering, the more aware you become of life. The easier things are, the less you have to think. And I think
I never broke through my own life just by meditation, wise in actual perspective.